thousands of others whose lives have been stolen by police murder and brutality. And we need to take that link even further to mass incarceration and the criminalization of generation after generation of our youth, which is amounting to a slow genocide that's been taking place for decades on black and brown people. And let's stretch it even further around the world, where wars for empire have devastated the planet and wreaked havoc on humanity. A world where 10 million children die every year from easily preventable diseases and malnutrition. And half of humanity, women, live under the constant bombardment of a culture that degrades women, that views women as breeders of children or toys to be used by men. This is why we say the whole damn system is guilty. It was guilty for the murder of Trayvon Martin, and it is guilty for crime after crime against humanity that has been happening for centuries. And it is why we say it's gonna take a revolution and nothing less to sweep this system off the face of the planet. Because things don't have to be this way. Why is that? Because of the work that B.A. Bob Avakian has done for decades, since the 60s, working closely with the Black Panther Party, fighting the power, and deeply, deeply studying and learning from the Russian and Chinese revolutions. We now have a new synthesis of communism and revolution. In this film, Revolution, Nothing Less,
check it out,
is a 6-hour summoning to revolution, along with this book, Basics, which is a handbook for the next generation of revolutionaries. With these tools, we can build up the base of thousands of people today who can ultimately lead millions and millions of people to make a real revolution when the time comes. And I'm not pipe dreaming up here. I'm not wishfully hoping. I'm actively working to make this a reality. This can be real only if we fight and raise big money to get Bob Avakian everywhere, all over society. From those at the bottom of society to those more well off with more to give financially, but still suffocated by the relations of this system and all the shit it forces on people. This film, Revolution, Nothing Less, and this movement for revolution has the potential to powerfully impact all of society. Only if we do the work to make that a reality. Imagine the difference it would make if youth at the bottom of society and students in the middle class began to talk about these questions of revolution in the midst of a fight just like this one to win justice for Trayvon Martin. Linking this fight to the whole damn system and grasping the need for revolution. This communist revolution with its leader, B.A., who has never backed down, never sold out, and refuses to give up and be another knife in the back of the masses. But none of this will happen. No justice, no movement for revolution, nothing will happen if we just sit on our ass waiting and hoping. This is why we're out here fighting the power and transforming the people for revolution. And what we're doing today must continue to grow and become a large force that is powerfully impacting all of society, demanding justice for Trayvon Martin and linking that up to a whole damn system that is responsible for the outrages and crimes that we live through each and every single day here and all over the world. And we want to remind everyone, today the trial starts to put this racist vigilante on trial. And it's going to be up to you, each and every single one of you, whether you're standing here or on the sidelines. It's going to take all of us to make sure that they put this pig in jail. Wannabe pig, I'm sorry. Because without thousands of people who protested in the first place, Zimmerman never would have been put on trial in the first place. Think about that. They were going to let him go for what he did to Trayvon Martin. They were gonna let him go for hunting down and murdering an innocent black boy who did nothing wrong but wear a hoodie and be black. How many more do we have to take? How many more Trayvon Martins? How many more Oscar Grants? How many more generations of our youth do we have to get lost and murdered until we finally decide to stand up and do something about it? Until we finally decide to wake up and realize that it is a slow genocide happening to black and brown people. It is a crime that's happening each and every single day all across this country. And this is a moment in history when you need to stand up and choose a side. Don't sit back on the sidelines and let this man get away with murder. That's the reality that we're facing right here, right now. This is why it's an Emmett Till moment. Trayvon Martin represents what happens to black and brown people every single fucking day in this country. And it's on us to make sure that an end gets put to this. It is on us. Nobody else is gonna do it for us. People keep saying, well, the trial is starting. Let's just let justice handle this. Read the history of this country and see what justice means. Justice means segregation, legalize. Justice means lynching, legalize. This is what this justice system represents, and if you don't fight to change that, then you just allowed to get murdered. And it's that serious. It's an emergency situation that's facing millions and millions of black and brown youth in this country. And it's about damn time that it ends. People struggled tirelessly in the civil rights movement and in the black power movement in the 60s. They struggled tirelessly, but they didn't make a revolution. Well, we have lessons to learn and a fight to continue to make sure that we put this system in its grave where it belongs. And you need to know that it's going to take a revolution and nothing less. And we want to open it up for others to speak out. Say what you feel. If there's something in your heart that you need to get out, if there's something on your mind that you've been feeling for a long time and you want to say it, now is the time. Don't be shy. Don't back away. Don't say, I'll do it tomorrow. Because tomorrow will never come for another black youth in this city if we don't take up the fight today. And that's the reality. So please, join with us today and remember that it's not just today. This trial is going to continue. Already, look what they're talking about on CNN. They're talking about Trayvon Martin texting about smoking weed. They're talking about Trayvon Martin texting about using guns. Well, I got a question for you. What about the guns that Zimmerman uses? What about the racist blog sites he's a part of? What about the gun clubs that George Zimmerman is a part of? That's not getting talked about. Well, we're here to change that course. We're here to put those questions on the map. We're here to put George Zimmerman on trial and not Trayvon Martin.